Soccer fans worldwide, welcome back to the Thorns Show. Delighted to have you with us near and far, and especially delighted to welcome in our special guest, Meghan Klingenberg. Kling, thanks for being with us today.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, let's dive right in. Talk about your assessment, personal assessment, where the club is coming off of that shutout road victory over Racing Louisville last weekend. What do you got?
I actually think it's kind of hard to tell where we are right now because it's such a big changeover from the starting 11 that we've been having throughout the Challenge Cup and throughout June. But it's really exciting because I've been able to watch all of these players since February absolutely crush it. And I'm really happy to see them get this opportunity and show everybody who the hell they are, because if they were on possibly any other team in the NWSL, they'd be getting major minutes and starting. So I'm really stoked because we have a really good crew full of really great humans. And when you have a crew of really great humans, you're all rooting for each other. So I'm really rooting for this group, and I really want to see kind of where we could go.
I love it. I mean, you mentioned the absences. You've got some 5 starters who are representing the United States and Canada in terms of their Tokyo duties. We've talked about the depth of the Thorns. You just mentioned it. I'd love for you to talk about Bella Bixby. I mean, she's right behind you, coming into action for the first time since last July, blowing her ACL out. Really impressive until that point. I'd love for you to weigh in on Bella getting the nod against Racing Louisville and posting the clean sheet.
I'm really proud of Bella because it's like she never left. I know it was really hard for her, and I don't know if she would be insulted by that comment or feel very complimented, but I mean it in the best way possible because I know she went through a lot to get back to where she is, and her fitness and her power and all these different things. It took a long time to get there. But as far as her play and her smarts and what she did out on the field for us, she came in big a lot of times, made a few really big saves, and then absolutely bossed the box on corner kicks and crosses and things like that. So a huge credit to Bella because her off season wasn't just COVID. Her off season was COVID plus ACL plus, all these different things. So watching her come back and just kind of slot right in is a really cool thing because, I say it every year, but we have the best goalkeeping core in the league.
In that victory against Racing, you guys dominate statistically again. You pick up those 3 huge points. And at the moment that we're taping this show, I mean, you're right there, right behind Carolina as far as the standings are concerned. Would you consider, even though you're still kind of feeling out the new lineup, the new rotations with the regulars gone, would you consider this a nice bounce back victory against Racing?
Honestly, Ann, I don't really look at the table so much. I think that puts like outside pressure on us to do certain things, and I look at it as if I don't put pressure on myself to have good outcomes, because I think once you start doing that, you play worse, or at least I do.
Okay.
I look at it as, okay, how can I create the best culture and the best environment for my team to play really well? And when they're able to achieve really great levels, and all of us can achieve great levels together, then the results follow. So for me, it's not about looking at the table in the middle of the season and seeing where we're at. It's about making sure that we're getting these players to a point where they're able to perform at their very best level.
I love it. I mean, and believe it or not, that absolutely makes sense to me. And I get it. Where the standings take care of themselves, the culture and everything else has to be in rhythm and in sync as the matches go on. I love that. All right, Kling, we're heading into a segment that is one of my personal favorites and is right up your alley. I just know it. We're gonna test how well you know a certain teammate. Your personality will be on full display. You knew the laugh?
No, it said Angela Salem.
Okay, well, that was the laugh, Angela Salem. So she's giving you the cackle because I think she thinks you're not going to get any of these right.
Oh,
So let's just see how you can turn the tables
oh my gosh.
on the cackling Angela Salem.
This
All right.
makes me so nervous because I feel like if I don't get any right, she's going to hold it against me and probably.
Sure she will. Sure she will. And she'll let your teammates know. So straighten up. Here we go.
Okay.
Where was Angela born?
Ohio.
That works for me.
Akron, Ohio.
Specifically Akron, but I'm going to give you the great state of Ohio. So one for you. I'm going to make a note of that. One in the win column.
Yes.
What was Angela's first professional club?
Oh.
Think. No hurry.
I have a feeling that it is. I can't remember if it's Atlanta or if it's Philly.
Or
neither of those?
Sky Blue FC.
Yeah.
Okay, I tried. I gave you a little bit of an opening, so it's 1-1. What club did Angela play for? Pardon me?
Boston.
Did you just give me an answer before I asked you a question?
Yeah.
No, wait, just a second. Let me ask the question. What club did Angela Salem play for before coming to Portland?
Boston.
Okay, Angela?
The Boston Breakers.
Right, smarty pants, 2-1. 2-1. All right, this one's tough. Angela played college soccer at Francis Marion University.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. What was her major?
But this says masters. It says
What?
Angela Master, or is it?
Are you looking up the answers?
No, it just has the question on the bottom. It says Q4, Angela's master's is in what subject?
Okay.
And you said undergrad. So which is it?
Masters.
Okay, master's. This is hard. Okay, I know she was doing all kinds of clinical work. Hold on.
Stay
Hold
with
on.
that. Stay
I'm
with
going
that.
to say psychology.
Stop. We're going to give you that one.
Clinical mental health.
All right. 3-1. You're assured a victory in best of 5, but I think you should go out in a flame of glory. So,
okay.
Which team did Angela score her first Thorns goal against?
Oh, this just happened.
Yes.
It was Louisville.
Angela?
Louisville. My first Portland Thorns goal is against Louisville.
There's that laugh again. Kling, with the help of me, you ace that test right?
I'm a really good student.
You're on a roll. This
Thank
is great. You can face Angela in the locker room, on the pitch, and whatever coffee shop you guys land in.
Oh,
You did.
God.
4 out of 5, baby. 4 out of 5. Okay, now some Kling fun. It's called extra time, baby. It's Kling unplugged, baby. Right.
That's scary.
Uh-huh. Now, it's no secret that you've got a dynamic offensive side to your game. What you bring to the pitch, end line to end line, there's no secret how much you love the offensive part of this game. You create, you set up, you fuel the offense in so many ways. Your dream position on the pitch would be, don't overthink it, give it to me.
Do you know what it is?
Uh-uh.
You can't guess?
I would say like at number 9.
Oh, no. Come on, Ann. No.
Oh, no. 6.
Absolutely not. No chance.
Yes. Okay.
No, I would definitely want to be 10.
You want to be 10?
Yeah. I want to be
Awesome.
I want to be like the conductor of the orchestra.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Choose.
Okay, so perfect world, you're playing the 10.
Yeah.
One of the toughest, most dynamic positions on the pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Like if you're gonna go for it, you might as well.
Okay. Whether you're playing 10 or somewhere else, obviously you've brought an intensity to the Thorns side that will, frankly, I think, be stamped as your forever legacy.
Yeah.
Do you Kling, and we get to see this on and in full display. Do you ever have to do a personal attitude check? Or do you just wake up ready to take on the world?
Oh, wow. What do you mean by an attitude check? Like check in with myself, make sure I'm good?
That, are you feeling blue? If so, what do you do about it? Are you just are you just always thinking, I'm moving forward? What's the next challenge? Bring it on. Let me at it.
Ann, I am a multifaceted emotional human being. So of course I have those days. Over the past year, kind of had like a huge reflection period due to some things that have been going on in my life outside of the game, and just kind of came to the conclusion that the only way to live life is to be fully present within the moment and with the people that I'm with. And if I live in the past, then, that's not even real, and the future doesn't even exist yet. So I just feel like there's no other way to live, and it's really taken a lot of anxiety and stress out of my life and replaced it with a lot of quality time with my friends and my family and my people. So yeah, I think I like to check in every single day to make sure that I'm fully here and with the people that I'm with.
I think that dovetails perfectly into the next question. Your quote after the Thorns won the Challenge Cup. "I'm just having fun," said you. "That's all it is for me. My purpose on the Thorns is to be joy incarnate and run around and connect with my teammates and pursue mastery." What do you mean by pursue mastery?
I guess what I mean is I'm on a journey, and my destination is excellence. And I think that there's no limits to my potential, or anyone's potential for that matter, as long as I think about it that way. If I say I want to do this and it's very concrete, then it puts some limits on who I can be and who I am. And why would I ever want to put any limits on that? Because I feel like I have limitless potential, and I feel like that about anybody. It's just that we put these caps on ourselves, or other people put these caps on us, and we start to believe them. And I'm fully in support of removing them, making it free.
And do you take that same stance with your teammates? If you notice them getting a little stuck, or friends or family members notice them getting a little stuck or a little rigid, is there a method and a madness to how you can help bring them along, if you will, to pursue their own mastery?
I think that kind of plugs into one of my other purposes, which is connection.
Okay.
And when you have a really great connection with people and let them know that you really care about them, you're able to have pretty frank and honest discussions that you probably wouldn't be able to have if these teammates or people didn't know how much you really loved them. And so I try and let my teammates know how much I love them, because whenever I give them a compliment, I want them to know it's coming from my heart. And then whenever we have to have a hard conversation, or they have to have a hard conversation with me, I know it's coming from a place of love. And when I know that it's coming from a place of love, or other people know that it's coming from a place of love, I think that you can reach different, different levels that you didn't even know that you could reach. And so sometimes when you have to have those hard conversations, that connection that you've put in and you've built over the course of the years comes in. It has a huge purpose.
So speaking of purpose, as you continue to shine a light on that for yourself and for your teammates and anyone in your world, what do you want to be? What do you want to do when you grow up?
I don't want to grow up. I don't know what anybody wants to. I think.
What do you want to be, and what do you want to do after soccer? How about that?
I can't imagine that my purpose will change much after I'm done playing. I think that purpose is just my purpose in general. And so I guess in my next job, what I'd like to have is the potential to be joy incarnate and play every day. The potential to connect with my coworkers and really create these lasting relationships, and the potential to pursue mastery. So I don't know what that's going to be yet. And honestly, I haven't really been thinking about it too much because I'm fully here and fully at the Thorns, and I want to sign like a 6-year deal
I hear you.
and play forever. But
I hear you.
I know I can't. But at the same time, I think that my purpose is this guiding light in my life, and I'm going to make sure in my next career that it's the same. The purpose has the same meaning and the same weight.
Okay. All right, Kling, joy incarnate. We're going to bring this train to the station with a look at what's coming up on the pitch for the Thorns. Consecutive home matches against Gotham, Orlando, Providence Park, baby. Full capacity. You've been waiting for this, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the mindset and the message of veterans like you and Emily Menges and Rocky and Angela, et cetera, to keep the young players in sync and still just enjoy this moment, this time on the pitch?
Honestly, I just want to remind them that nobody's better at being you than you.
Okay.
And so whenever they step out on the pitch, I don't want them to worry about outcome or worry about all of these different things. All I want them to do is focus on being themselves.
Okay.
Because quite frankly, that's enough. And whenever they bring it, and when everybody is able to bring their best self, our team is unstoppable. So for me, it's just about reminding them that all these other things that we think matter don't. And the only one that actually matters is showing up.
I hear you. I hear you. Let's go back briefly to the 2016 Olympics. I bring that up because you were one of 6 Thorn players.
That was a rough show, Ann. Why do you bring that one up?
Yeah, because I think it actually shines a light on how you respond and what you mean to the Thorns. So let me just go there for a second, okay?
Okay.
So you were one of 6 Thorns players playing in the Rio Games, and as you know, when you were abroad, that your Portland teammates did more than hold its own without you guys and created some serious momentum. The Thorns ultimately capturing the NWSL Shield. Because of who you are, how you are in the Thorns organization, do you kind of take it as a personal challenge to make sure the Thorns repeat that hold down the fort magic in the coming matches while the Olympics play out in Tokyo?
The last game, this past game against Louisville.
Yeah.
The thing that I talked about in the huddle is it doesn't matter who's on the field, but there are certain things that Thorns bring to every single match because it's our identity and it's our spirit. And we talked about how we have to bring grit every single game. And it doesn't matter, somebody might beat us, but they're going to have to bleed to do it. One of those Prefontaine quotes. And we talked about how, we take risks and we are brave. And so I think that, yeah, we definitely see it as a challenge, but it's no different of a challenge than it would be at any other time, because quite frankly, the Thorns is going to go on without Meghan Klingenberg in a few years. It's going to go on without the Lindsey Horans and the Christine Sinclairs. And so what is really the Thorns then? What does it come down to? And I think that the culture that we create and the environment that we create is most important. And so I just wanted to remind those players of that because, the Thorns is the Thorns, and this is what we do, and this is how we show up, and this is what we, the attitude that we bring with us to the pitch, and this is how we show respect to our opponents, and this is how we are grateful to our fans. And I think that once you start buying into those things, then it's just about making sure that we're, taking care of all of those pieces of business. And to me, then it kind of takes that pressure off, and we're able to just get results by being like actually being the best, because we've been working on these things for months and months and months.
And that's a nice buildup. May you experience that grit and make them bleed this coming weekend. Meghan Klingenberg, Unplugged. Your time and your candor always makes my day. I'll tell you that. And for you to spend a little bit of time talking to Thorns fans on this show means an awful lot. So many, many, many thanks to you, Meghan Klingenberg.
Well, thank you, Ann. And honestly, we are grateful that we get to do things like this to connect with our fans, especially throughout this past year. Haven't had any connection with anybody. So it's nice to be able to, you know, talk with you and shoot the shit about Thorns, because, you know, we love it, but other people love it too.
You bet, baby. 3 of the next 4 are at home. And when you rock around that park, it's going to be like saying hello to an old friend. So enjoy, good luck. And I know you soak it in like nobody else. So go do your thing. Joy incarnate, baby. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you. It fills my cup all the way up.